Welcome back to On Assignment for Alignment with your host, Aya Naima. Today we have a special guest host, Kendra, and we're just going to have her open up by telling us a little bit about herself.
Hey y'all, so I'm Kendra. I am a licensed esthetician here in Charlotte. My business Instagram is Kendra's Beauty Lounge, so it's KENDRAS Beauty Lounge. I specialize in lash extensions and body waxing. I do know how to do facials, but it's not my favorite thing to do. My personal Instagram is miss.ken, so it's miss.kenn. Um, yeah, I'm 26 and I have two boys.
Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. And I'm going to be linking her information down in the description box. So if you missed what she said, don't even worry about it. We're going to have it in the description box. But I just want to know, like, what made you go into aesthetics?
So what made me go into aesthetics was I had a whole different change in life. So I started out in medical field. I still actually do a little bit of work in the medical field, still work part-time, but it's not a passion that I had then before I got pregnant with my first son. So I was supposed to go out to college. I was going to go to Winston-Salem State. And then once I found out I was pregnant, I was like, maybe I'll just stay home, take a year off.
Yeah.
Took a year off, and then I already knew what route I wanted to go for a fast-paced career to get started.
Yeah.
So I went to King's College, and before I had got accepted and started enrolling into school, I had made them aware that I was pregnant. So they decided, they was like, well, maybe you should take some time off after you have the baby and then come and start the program, because you could only miss a certain amount of days.
Yeah.
So I did the program. It was a 10-month program. So I did the medical assistant part. Got a job within the 6-month time frame, took my test and everything. So I did that from December 2017 up until June of 2021. So I started my lash business before I even got my aesthetic license. So I started that right before the pandemic hit, actually.
Oh, wow.
So I started December of 2019. I took the class, and what made me take the class was I found out I was pregnant with my second child, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if medical assistant gonna carry the bills and 2 kids, because it was just it was one of those areas where you have this certification, but you can't maneuver in the medical field much. So it was either go back to school and pursue a nursing career or figure something else out. And who wants to go back for 4 years for nursing when you're about to have 2 kids and still work full time?
Yeah.
I tried it, I promise you. I tried it for a semester at CP, and I said, oh, baby, I can't do it. Can't do it.
It was too much.
It was too much. Trying to work full time, still have my child, and I was like, nope, can't do it. So I took the class. This girl, she was running a special for $300 something. And I took the class, and I promised myself, I said, if I don't like doing this, then I will make my money back, because I'm not going to waste my money and not make the money back from me. I started doing it, and I really got into it, and it was more so like a peaceful thing for me. I didn't have to deal with the chaos of patients. I didn't have to deal with the chaos of management. I didn't have to deal with the chaos of coworkers. It was just me.
Yeah.
So
I love that. I
was like, okay. So I kept doing it, still working full time, and then still maneuvering on through pregnancy. So I did it my whole pregnancy, and then March of 2020 was when the pandemic hit. So I was like, gosh, I just try to get started. I'm just now trying to build my clientele. So I work, and then once they shut everything down, it's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have people coming into my home. And I'm pregnant, so it could make me consider high risk. So I was like, okay, I'll take a break. So within that break, I just kept practicing.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to fall off. Because one thing about lashes, if you stop, it's like trying to regain a whole new task again. It's like you're teaching yourself again. So I did that. Everything opened back up, and then like 2 months later, I was in labor. So I had to take
Really?
another 6 weeks off from doing lashes. So my first 6 months of trying to learn how to do lashes was on and off.
Yeah.
But I just kept trying to practice so I could just get better. Took 6 weeks off. So in that 6 weeks, I still had like 3 months of maternity leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. So I had a month left. And it was a month of, you know, baby at home, he sleep. What can I do? I opened my schedule up for a whole month. Within that month, I had made more than I had ever made with doing a medical assistant job working full time. So I said, oh my God, I promise you, it took a lot in me to go back to work.
Yeah.
I was not confident in having the steady clientele.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me just go back, and I went back part-time. I actually switched offices and everything and went part-time. I was like, let me start looking into the aesthetics program so I can get my license. Because if I knew I really wanted to do this, then that's what I was going to do. So I was still working from home. By October of 2020, I had found me a suite.
Wow.
So I was like, because my clientele kept building after that month of working full time, I was just getting too many new clients.
Yeah.
And like the baby was a couple months old by then. So I'm like, I can't keep having these people in and out the house. COVID going on. It's just too much. So I found me a suite for a really good price, and I am still currently in that same suite.
What? Congratulations.
Love it.
Girl.
I love it.
I love it.
So once I went back to work, I started a new position. I worked in that new position part-time for 7 months. Once I found out I was going to get accepted into the aesthetics program, I told my manager, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. So I got accepted to the aesthetics program. So once I realized the hours that I would be in school, I was like, I got to leave this job.
Yeah.
Left the job, started working full-time for myself. Started making the money. I made the money, and it was just on from there. Did the program, so I worked. I think the program I did 4.5 months. As long as you didn't miss any hours, I think it was up to like 5 months. It was like a 5-month program. But as long as you didn't miss any hours, you were good. Like, you just do your time and you get out of there. So it was like a clock in kind of thing. So I got into that. So whole more thing is I got into aesthetics because I knew once I started working my business on my own, and I knew that I was going to make the money, and I knew this is what I really want to do now. So more of why I chose aesthetics was because I knew that I wanted to work for myself. I knew that I needed a license in North Carolina, because a lot of girls don't know that.
Oh, okay.
You gotta have a license. No matter what you do in this beauty industry, you are supposed to have a license. So I knew that if this is what I'm gonna pursue and this is what I want to do full time, then I need to get my license. So that's what I did.
Do. I know that's right. Okay,
That's
now
what I
thank you
did.
so much for letting us know that the girls gotta have a
They
license.
do.
The girls
They
gotta
do.
have a license
They
in
do.
North Carolina.
Lord, they do. I don't care if it's hair, nails, lashes,
They coming
waxing, facial. Yes, they are. The pressure was on.
Really?
The pressure was on at one point. It was floating around that state board was coming into these places. Like a place like where I work, they don't require you to have a license.
Oh, wow.
So they were coming into these places, scoping it out to see. And the property I rent from, they have multiple properties.
Yeah.
And they don't require, if you do hair, nails, whatever, like they don't require you to have a license. It's basically you're at your own risk.
Yeah.
So
Everything
they was
basically on
cracking
you.
down on it, and I mean they were catching people. I
Really?
mean they can track you. Even the girls that have the storefronts and everything, like they can track you down.
What?
Like if your business name is out there, it takes one client to call. Let's say I do your lashes or whatever. You don't be satisfied or we fall out or something. It's nothing for you to call and state board and be like, hey, here's this business name, and they will come find you.
What?
And if you don't have no license, I think they give you a warning. I think they give you
You're
like
going
30
to
days.
jail.
But look, they tell you, look, you need to be doing something.
Yeah.
And even in the state school, they tell you that you're not even supposed to do any services outside of school because technically you're not supposed to have a license.
Exactly.
But baby,
You have to make sure you covered your
yes,
tracks.
I did.
I love that for you.
I would post less and everything. But
Really? Yeah.
Aesthetics has never was my thing. I promise you it wasn't.
Yeah.
So that's why I did the aesthetics program, because I didn't want to do cosmetology. It's just too long. It's just, I don't want to do hair or nothing. So I was like, if anything, I can add waxing to my services. So that's why I did it, because waxing and lashes, kind of go hand in hand. So
absolutely,
I did it.
It sounds like you a hustler to me, though. I love this for you. This is honestly, it's giving me so much like inspiration, because I have trouble with like on assignment for alignment. I'm like, I'm just starting out, and now I'm trying to like expand, but I don't know. Just like, what advice would you give somebody that's really trying to get their business affairs in order as far as like their brand?
Yeah, so even the girls who would come to me for their lash classes, I would tell them, you got to know that this is something that you've never done before.
Yeah.
So if you've never been into this position before, it's just like starting a new job. You have to train. So your training part is taking this class, and then you have to teach yourself, and that's your practice. So then once you do that, you got to promote.
Yeah.
So I'm big on promotion.
Yeah.
I'm big on putting yourself out there. I don't care if nobody don't like it. I don't care if nobody don't share it, nothing, because you are your brand.
That's true.
And that's one reason why I named my business after my name, because it's me. This is what I'm passionate about. It's like my third baby, honestly.
Yeah.
Because if I don't put the work in, and if the people don't see me put the work in, they're going to be like, well, she ain't doing it, then I'm not going to go support. So I would say definitely setting aside the time of creating your content, promoting it, and with you, like, to get people to interview.
Yeah.
To reach out to people who you think will be beneficial to your podcast, who is beneficial to the community, to raise awareness in some kind of topic that's going to be entertaining. So like I said, I definitely say promoting your business is a big one, whether it's business cards, creating flyers. Now, I'm going to say I'm not even the best at, especially now, I don't know, like the past couple months, the promotion has been very declined. And it's probably because I started back part-time in the medical field. So a lot of things shifted, and I just had like a lot of stuff going on in life. So, and life happens.
It does.
Everybody know at this time right now, life is lifing for everybody. I don't care what you say. Like, everybody has something going on. Nobody's life is perfect.
Yeah.
But if you are going to have a business, you gotta treat it like it's your baby.
Yeah, you're right. So I've been working on that. I feel like I don't know. It's just like, sometimes I get so caught up in my brain. I'm like, is anybody going to support it? This and that?
And I was there. I promise you, everybody is there.
Yeah.
If you worried about support, you're never going to get it if you don't put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if I didn't brand myself, if I didn't put myself out there, and if I didn't show, like I said, I even tell the girls who train, like, it don't matter if you practice and you can only do 5 lashes on a mannequin or a client. You still got to show it. You got to show that you're practicing. Because over time, the more you post, the better your work looks.
Yeah.
So if the work is going to look better and better each time, people are going to start like, let me try.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you know that if you can bring more people in and talk about different things, they like, I'm going to tune in. I'm going to watch it, because she's going to have different people on here. She's going to entertain us for X amount of time. So, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. I'm just like, I think that the biggest thing for me is like, get out of your head and get on your grind. You know what I mean? So it's like, I told myself like this year is, I say this every episode, I don't care, I'm gonna keep saying it. That this is the year that I really put like my best foot forward, you know? And I'm not gonna lie, these first 4 months I have not been giving it the most that
I can say the same thing.
You know?
Yeah.
And the other day, literally just the other day, I decided to myself, I said, okay, if you want this to be a job, treat it like a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So I went to the cafe while I was doing my homework, and I sat down and I planned out a whole schedule. Right. I looked at all of the people that, I've been connecting with and saying I want to come on the show. Like, okay, when am I going to have time and stuff like that to do these things? But yeah, I tell myself, I'm like, I don't ever want to look back at this time and regret that I didn't go after the things that I wanted, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's like, it's weird too, because it's like, I feel like I've always had like a hustler bone in me. But I don't know, I just feel like it just be those certain things, those certain aspects about hustling that just never really connected and landed for me. And one of them for me is like discipline and structure. And like, I have that now because I went to the Army, but I'm still trying to like implement it on a self-made type of tip. You know what I mean? So tell me like what type of struggles you have as far as like the whole umbrella of hustling, and like just, you know, like what problems do you have when it comes to hustling?
So I would definitely say, I would say having the structure, like, and staying not, I wouldn't even say staying on task, but to continue every day. So like I said, lately I haven't been promoting much at all. So it's like, I don't want people to be like, well, is she doing lashes or not? Like, is she working and not doing lashes? So the structure part of the hustle is for real. And then hustling and then trying to still, you know, take care of your kids. Still trying to do everything that you need to do within your life, because you can't, without the hustle, if I don't do this, I can't take care of them. So I know I got to start somewhere. Somebody got to be taken care of first.
Yeah.
And I know that they have to be taken care of first. I know I have to be taken care of first. Because if I go out here and just focus on money, and just try to work, something gonna fall apart. And I always tell people, I get clients, specifically this week because it's Mother's Day weekend, you know, it was pretty booked up. And, you know, they'll throw out, like, I'll give you this extra money. But I'm like, if I've already worked my other job 8 to 4, I go pick up my kids and then trying to go to the shop with my kids and do an appointment. It's sometimes you gotta miss out on $100, because at the end of the day, like, by the time I get home, it's 7, 8 o'clock. We still haven't ate. We still haven't took a bath and stuff. And then it's like 10, 11 o'clock. And I just had like over a 12-hour day when it could have been cut at 5. So when you hustling, you got to know. You got to hustle smart. Not just all about the money. So
I like that.
Yeah.
That's one of my core values too. Because I don't make money off of On Assignment for Environment. But it's like, I love it so much. Like, just even us feeding off of each other right now, like I this is what I enjoy, and like that's what got to be at the forefront of it all, you know. All money ain't good money, and if it's coming at the cost of your mental health, like,
you gotta cut it. You gotta cut it, because when you leave this earth, baby, that money's still gonna be on the table. It's nothing that you can do. You cannot take no money. You can't take nothing with you when you leave this earth
at all,
but your soul. So I don't know why people, you know, that like they put a lot of stuff first than what their priorities should be.
Yeah, than what really matters. You know? So like, I got a good question. I want to know. Okay, because just for my mommypreneurs out there, what are like, if you could give us 5 core values when it comes to being a mommy and an entrepreneur, and like what you want your children to see in a mama.
I want them to see that I'm taking care of me. I want them to see that I'm taking care of them. I don't want them to see that I'm running out the house just focused on work. I want them to know that I'm working for them. Like, I'm doing what I do for them, because when I'm gone, I want to leave them something. And even though they're boys and I do something that more so a female would do, quote unquote, if like my ultimate goal is to have a salon, some kind of spa. So if I leave it to them, you know, they put the workers in there and they still gonna make the bread on the back end.
I love that.
So, what's that? 3, 4. What else? Let me think. Those are like my top 3. Like, I want them to know that what I'm doing is for you. Like, I want them to know that without me taking care of you, especially with my 7-year-old, like, he's picking up a lot of stuff at school. So I want him to know that, you know, he'll be like, I got some money, I can do it, I can go buy. I'm like, no, like, we're not going to spend our money on basically BS. Like, we need to, like, know how to keep our money, save our money, and what's important. Because he can easily be like, if he at the shop with me and I make the money, you got the money, you can go buy me this and that. I'm like, no, like, I got the money, but I also got to keep a roof over your head. You know, I got to do everything what's best for you. So that's what I try to instill in him, not to think that my mama working, she got the money, but I'm working for you. So when it's your time and when it's my time to relax, I want you to know that you still got something. And you don't always have to see me going to work and doing all this extra stuff and be gone for you. Like, you be gone from your kids a long time. Yeah. Like, it's literally all day. I drop them off by 9. I don't see them until 5. So it's a long time. Yeah. So the most important thing I think with that is to know that I want them to know that I'm doing this for them. Yeah.
So you got your top 3 for your boys. What about your top 2 for yourself?
So for myself,
you can do how many of you want.
I want to be satisfied. I want to be financially stable. Okay. I want to, like, I tell everybody, because people always say, you gonna have more kids? And I'm like, no. Because by the time I'm like early 40s, my kids gonna be grown. Like, they gonna be, my youngest will be like finishing up high school or like right at like 20.
Oh, you living.
So, yes. So that's why I go so hard now, because I want to be set. Like, I have so many goals. Like, by 30, I said I have to have a house. Like, I have to buy a house. So
love it.
It's goal set, and the majority of my goals I learn long term. Yeah. Number 2 is I want to make me proud for me, but also for me, I want to also make my family proud, especially my mom. Yeah. Cause girl, when she found out I was pregnant with my first baby, it was like, what in the world? But she know that what I do is basically for them. Like, you have your family know that you're working hard for you and you're doing what's for you. Like, that's where your support comes in at. Yeah. So my top 2 is to make me happy, and then also for making my family happy.
I love that. That is so awesome. I feel like, I don't know, like, for me, definitely like financial stability too. It's like, it's so important for women to just, I don't know. I think I'm big on like regret. Yeah. So I just would hate to look back and regret not having used this time to go after everything that I want. You know. And I think that's so cool. But and then another thing is just like adding my own taste and twist to the world. Yeah. You know. Yeah. And to my industry, like the podcast industry, like a lot of people give me a lot of suggestions, and I'm just like, that's not who I am. Right. You know, and like I have to make sure that I'm staying true to who I am and what I want to bring to this industry and my own shit. Right. So what I would like to ask you is, what originality like do you bring to eyelashes, to aesthetics? But I want to ask, like, if you were, from your perspective, and then also from like your client's perspective, like what do they love about being serviced from you?
So I think one thing that's different about what I do, because majority of what I do is lashes, is your technique of lashes, my technique of my work.
Did you do your own? No. I was about to say,
girl, I wish I could take my eyes off and do it. But the technique, how they look, you know, you can tell, like, some girls like the big bold lashes. I personally don't do that much. Like, a lot of people like more so of a natural set, and it's a lot of techs, a lot of lash techs that don't do like even the classic sets anymore, or don't even do like a hybrid set, which is just give you a little extra oomph to it. So I feel like that's why I keep going. That's why I focus on that part, because I want not all my clients to look alike, because everybody's lashes not gonna look the same, but to give off that, you know, she's more so of like very natural, not too much, not too bold or anything. So like my technique is really like number one.
Yeah, I love that. I know that's right, girl. So like, you know, they say like lash artist and lash tech is like two different things. So what are you doing to become and be like a lash artist? Because I looked at your work and it gives.
So, like I said, I feel like when you become a lash artist, it definitely comes with technique. It definitely comes with the look. So, and I definitely would give it to, like, especially the girls who do like the bold lashes, very dramatic and stuff. You are artists for sure.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes time to give that look. Versus, you just put like a natural set on somebody. But even with a natural set, you still have some kind of technique. You still have that look.
Yeah.
And when you articulate your work with lashes, I mean, even if it's adding color, if it's adding the way the person's eye is shaped,
I heard
different.
that.
Yes,
I heard
it matters.
that.
So,
Yeah.
like I said, like a lot of people, you can see my lashes and then ask for somebody to do the same thing for your eyes. But yeah, it's going to look the natural look, but eye shape is very important. So you can see something on one person and I can do the exact same set on the next person, but it may look a little different because of your eye shape. So definitely, like, being a lash artist comes with your skill. It comes with the technique that you do and just the look.
Yeah. I love that. It's crazy because I was I don't want to go down a rabbit hole about this, but ever since I heard about the eye shape mattering, I've been looking at it because I'm like, that's so crazy. It's like you can't do like the same set on every pair of like
and
eyes.
I tell people that all the time.
That is so cool. I think that's
tell
so
them all the time, like like the girl, like they'll come in like, I want them like this, like even if it's a picture from my page of the work that I've done, or if it's a picture from just scrolling on the explore page on Instagram, and I tell them I can do it. I can do it. Like, and I don't even tell them like I can do exactly that. Like I can do similar to it. But I definitely express to them that I'm not that tech. I don't have that technique that tech did. And then your eye shape.
Yeah.
So different factors come in. Like, even if it's somebody who does natural sets just like I do, but our technique can be totally different. What I use can be totally different. How I do it can be totally different. So there you go.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever gonna be the same. Just like personality. Everybody has a different personality. So you have to know that how they do their work is gonna be different how I do my work.
Yeah, that's true. So how do you, like, when your customers come to you and be in your chair and stuff, how do you interact with them, like, as far as like professionalism? Because I'm asking because I'm literally like trying to get advice because I'm learning professionalism. So like what do you do, and like what advice would you give yourself and just anybody that wants to build a brand?
So when they come in, I definitely have music playing.
Okay.
Just because they're gonna have their eyes closed.
Yeah.
So they can't really do nothing. I have half of them that go to sleep. So I'll be like, good, I can do this, and you can get on about your day. Some people have a conversation. We can talk. I mean, I get people, sometimes people don't realize that whatever you do in this industry, when that person sit in your chair or lay on that table and you become a not licensed therapist, you would not imagine like the amount of stuff that people will tell you.
Yeah.
And I feel like some people tell you just because like they don't even know you.
Yeah.
So they feel like, well, if she don't know me, she may not judge me. Versus somebody who do know them may judge them. So I get a lot of stories and we chop it up and we laugh and stuff. I've had clients who come in and they're crying and I get them their time and we get on.
Yeah.
So it's just, I try to make my clients as comfortable as possible. Every new client I get, I ask them who referred them to me. If they didn't get referred, like how did they find out about me?
Right.
So I like that because I just like to hear it, like who told them about me, or I really like when they be like, oh, I just found you on Instagram, or I found you on Facebook. So that definitely brings me joy to to my business because I'm like, word of mouth is very important.
It is.
I mean, I get random people who don't even know each other. Yeah. Like, they run into each other somewhere, or if that person works at somewhere and they go in and see their lashes. So word of mouth is very, very important.
Yeah. I love this. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah. Okay, so dang, I had the question right here, girl. Right here. Right here. I think that's what I wanted to ask you. I wanted to go back to your story. Mm-hmm. And when you talked about being in King's College and them having to delay your admission, just being a hustler and a mom, like, how did that make you feel when you had to delay your admission? Like, you know, was that a struggle for you? Did it make you feel like you were behind?
I wouldn't say it made me feel like I was behind, but it made me feel like, okay, what I'm gonna do in the meantime. Mm-hmm. So in the meantime, I had got a job. So prior to that, I worked a couple jobs. So I think I was working at Harris Teeter. So I did cashier there. Well, no, that was after. So when I was pregnant, I got a position at the hospital doing food nutrition. The services where they take the food to the patient's room. So I was doing that. So I did that basically. I think I got that position when I was 4 or 5 months pregnant. I can't remember. And they were 12-hour shifts too, actually, but it was so easy. Yeah. It was so easy. So when I got that job, I was very grateful because I did that my whole entire pregnancy. So it helped me just basically save money, and it gave me something to do. So I didn't put too much pressure on having to take a break off. Just because, I mean, I was still like trying to process the whole thing. Like, we talking about getting out of high school, graduation, and after a month after graduation, you find out you're pregnant. Yeah. So it was still like a process. So I was like, if I just take a break off from school, that's good, because I knew I was going. I had already been like accepted into the program. I already had the start date and everything. It was just gonna be the next semester that they had, because I knew I wouldn't miss any days. So I knew for my comfort, I'm like, okay, cool, because I was going to do it, and then just basically like just push it. But I knew like towards the end of when the program would be ending was my due date. Yeah. So I didn't want to like, and I knew like when you're in labor, it's already what, 3 days in the hospital, 2 or 3 days in the hospital. So if you can only miss 10, so then I know I gotta take like a week at home. Right. But who gonna watch a newborn baby? So I was cool with it. I didn't beat myself up about not being able to go off to school right away. I think what really got me, after I had the baby and stuff, and then I had started into the program, my best friend, Victoria, she would always be like, hey, come up here. Even China. Yeah. Like, I would come up there, go see them. Aww. I would go for homecoming and everything. And it just made me feel like, dang, like, what if I really did, like, just go? Or I always, like, wonder my life would be if I wasn't pregnant and did go to school. So it kind of, I would, like, every year. And then the year that Victoria graduated from college, like, her graduation, it was, like, one of the emotional times for me, because I'm like, it could have been me. But I was very, very happy for her. So, I feel like I went to Winston. She would always have me up there. I was to go up there for my and I even had the apparel and everything. People was like, you went to Winston. They're like, you went to Winston. I'm like, no, I know a lot of people that went. So, hey. It was in me. Yeah. I was like, I got accepted there, but I just didn't go. Okay, like, it just wasn't in the cards for me. Really my decision to not to go. Mm-hmm. My mom, she was like, if you're going to go through with this pregnancy, she was like, she think it was best for me to just stay home. Yeah. So I had to just went on ahead and went against her, but I was like, okay, I'll stay. Whatever.
Was it how did it make you feel to have like your mama's support though, like through your pregnancy?
My mama's support is on 10. Yeah. Like, I'm the only child. Okay. And
you her baby.
Yes. I'm the only child on both sides. Mm-hmm. But my mama, like, 10 toes behind me. Like I said, she was upset when I had got pregnant and stuff. But after a couple months went by, it was cool. And she would come to the appointments. I remember it was an ultrasound appointment. And so my dad is a twin. Mm-hmm. So I remember her asking the doctor, like, is it just one? I was like, I'm thinking in my head, it better be just one because it's no way I'm finna be 18 with 2 babies.
Okay.
Like, no, like, I don't even know how to handle one. Like, babies, like, we didn't have any babies in the family or nothing. Okay. So, yeah, it was a learning experience. Yeah. But my mom's support, even to this day, is, like, 100%. Like, I mean, even with my family, like, 100%, like, they are behind me. My friends, everything. So, yeah, the support is it's real. Like, but village. It can be a struggle, like I said, because my mom, she still works, and she still helps with my grandma, who is older now. So, you know, some days it's just like you always have your kids and stuff. And I mean, like, their dad, he helps and everything. So, like, don't get me wrong about that. But, like, when you have that mom support, for sure. Like, some people don't have it. Yeah. Some people don't have no support at all. And I'm just grateful that I do have some type of support when you have kids, because you need a break. You definitely need a break. You do. It's not, I always said, I don't feel like it's normal for people to have their children 24/7. Like, you need breaks in between motherhood, because it's a lot for one person. Yes. It's a lot for one person. And if you don't get a break, we talking about children, you working. So when you go from getting up in the morning, boom, your children up. Yeah. Okay, you go to work and you got to deal with all these people at work. So that's already a headache right there. And as soon as you get out here, you got to deal with kids again. Yeah. So it's no in between time. So, and if, like, people who have small children, like infants and stuff, like, you have to tend to them. People think, oh, that baby just sleep all. No, you got to watch that baby. Like, you got to make sure. You can't get them no iPad, girl. Right. And even with a child, we're giving them an iPad, that still don't work. Yeah, it don't. They want that child. Yes, and like, so a break is always needed. Yeah. And I encourage that. I don't care. I tell my mom all the time, I need a break. Yeah. Like, I need a break. And I don't, like, it's not that I'm not the girl to go out all the time. I'm not the girl that, you know, always want to be out and stuff. I'm talking about maybe once every couple months. And sometimes that's all it takes. And half the time I be ready to come back home anyway. Okay. So get my kids. I'm even home. If she just keep them and I'm just at home by myself. That was another reason why I love making my own schedule too, because if they're at school, I can block a day off, and literally, if I don't want to do nothing, I don't have to do nothing. Yeah. If I want to take a self-care day and do whatever I want to do for myself, I know I can do it without any kids. Yeah. So that's awesome. Yeah. I love that for you. Yeah. I love that. I'm so grateful that you're on here, because I know a lot of people. I even have friends myself who have children, and it's, as a person with no kids, it's hard for you to get out of your own way. Yeah. So I admire you and just give you all of your flowers, because being able to get out of your own way when you have children and just like not allow that to drag you down and make it more of like an excuse. And I'm not trying to come at nobody. But it's more so just like having to face yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what, we're going to make something of ourselves regardless of what the situation is. That's amazing, you know. Yes, and well, I'm glad that you said that. So it has always been this saying, and I know if everybody has seen it, that, if you have kids, they stop you from what you need to do. I have been a mom since 2016, and I can tell you that I got the diploma in medical assistant. I went to aesthetic school. I've started a business. I've ran a business through the pandemic. I've had another baby, and I've still worked full-time, went to school full-time, and I've gotten somewhere. I've been like on my own, living on my own for the past 5 years. Yeah. Like, you stop yourself. If you got that mindset that if I have this baby, it's going to stop me, then it's going to stop you. The mindset that you have is what's going to be given out. Yeah. So if you think this is going to stop you, then don't have no kids. Yeah. And that's just very straightforward. Like, you can't think that a baby is going to stop you, because it's not. Yeah. It's going to make it go harder. And if having a child, a dependent that you have to take care of, doesn't make you go harder, you got a problem on your hands, because you got to take care of these kids. And these kids, they're the future generation. And we are now our parents, basically. Yeah. We having to lead the cookout and the family reunion and everything. Like, we're having to do all this kind of stuff now. And when you look at I know personally, since I have children, like I said, with my 7-year-old, like he in elementary school, he be going to 2nd grade. And just seeing the stuff that he pick up on, but just seeing how the high schoolers are good and bad.
Yeah.
Good and bad. So, like, the bad is, you know, I feel like they are adults. Like, they are out here living like it's no tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And that's cool, but you gotta know that it comes consequences behind a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. And these teenagers, they different.
Yeah.
They not like us. They are very different.
Gosh.
So it makes me wonder. I'm like, well, my son, if he's 7 and he's only literally a couple years away from being a teenager, he's only like 10 years away from graduating high school. Like, this is all the stuff I literally think about. And I'm like, what is it going to be like? So it kind of gives you that little anxiety of, what am I going to have to deal with then? If they like this now, it's not going to get no better. Yeah. I tell people this is not going to get no better. But as a parent, you got to know that you mold stuff into your children. But once they get a certain age now, and it's not always on the parent. And this is another thing, like, I don't blame parents when they have an outraged child. Because you can raise your child to be the best thing ever. But if they get around the wrong crowd, that's what influences them. Yeah. So you're not with your child 24/7. Like I said, your child, like, you all are more separated than you are together if you think about it. I feel like parents is not always to blame. Yeah, for the generation, and you just gotta know that you did right by your child, and I think that's gonna be my biggest thing to get my mind eased. Because literally, when I say I think about it all the time, I literally think about it all the time. Like, he get older, and I'm like, bro, I don't. It's getting crazy. Like, nobody's getting younger. Even us. I feel like we're getting older. Parents, your family, everybody's getting older. So I feel like that has weighed heavy on my mind. Like I said, even for the past 6 months, like, I've had like 2 deaths in my family, and it's just been kind of like, dang, like, this what comes with life. And it's like me trying to train my mind to be like, you can't really get upset about it. Especially majority, like, the 2, I mean, like, it was definitely natural causes. So it's like you can't beat yourself up about it, because I seen a post on Instagram, and it was like, we have a clock ticking that we can't see. You just don't know. Yeah. And hey, when I say, live your life like it's no tomorrow, yes, but with some kind of boundary. Yeah. But
I agree. Have some type of discipline in between that.
Right.
I agree with that 1,000%. Like, even with me, like, just leaving my last job and being like, you know what? First of all, I got to be there for my family. Second of all, just staying in a job where I don't want to be when I have the resources to be able to travel and do my podcast. It's like, girl, make the obvious decision. The obvious decision is the one that's going to make you happy. Right. And 1,000%, I agree. 1,000%.
Yeah, and just like when you mentioned, like, earlier, you was like, well, I don't get paid for my podcast, but you don't know what the future holds. As long as you keep doing what you're doing and you keep posting it, like, somebody will pick you up so fast and be like, we want to give you this, and this. Yeah. You got to start somewhere.
You do got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere, and like I said, if you don't put that instill that into your mind, you're gonna always be always shaky about what you do, because you don't know. But as long as you know that you're doing what you need to do, you're gonna be good.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of struggle with that too. Like, even just going back to me saying, like, how I haven't been as consistent as I would like to be, but I always put it in my brain, like, I don't know if you follow, like, anything that Nipsey Hussle has said in the past, but he always say, like, it don't matter how slow you're going, just as long as you keep going. And
that is very true.
And also, do you feel like this too, like, when it comes to building a brand and a business, like, even if you going slow, if you keep going, like, that's going to motivate yourself to keep going, like, give you that inspiration that's like, okay, cool, we doing this, okay, like, what's next? What's next? What can I do right now to make me better? Like,
correct. You know? Yes, I agree 100%. Like I said, because if you stop, you stop. Like, nobody going to do it for you. So if you don't do it, then who is going to do it? Like I said, you have to treat it like it's your baby.
Yeah.
And if you don't take care of your baby not gonna grow. Your baby not gonna be good or nothing.
Right.
So
you
gotta know that this is what I want to do. This is something that I want to pursue, and like this is for me. You gotta know that this is for me. No matter how many people do it, like it's 100 estheticians, it's hundreds of lash techs, it's hundreds of people who do podcasts. But what separates you from that person?
Yeah.
What separates you? Because at the end of the day, everybody not gonna talk about what we talk about.
Yeah.
So I just say keep going. Keep going for
1000%.
sure.
Okay, I got 2 last questions. One of them is, what made you choose On Assignment for Alignment to come and talk about this? And 2, I don't know, like the aura that I'm getting when I say I can see you like up here with the top boss bitches, like
thank you.
You know, just to make that into a question, like, do you see yourself like beginning to network and like sit with other women who are really sitting up there, and also like what type of women do you want to sit with, you know?
So first question,
the first question was what made you come on this show?
Well, oh yes. So
My bad.
I am big on supporting Black women. I am big on a growing business because I was there before and I'm still there. I'm still growing my business. So I chose it because I see something that it sets aside. It's not a podcast that we talking about what's going on the internet. It's not about talking about other people and the gossiping and stuff. It's more so, like I said, trying to reach out to the community, trying to give insight on things and encourage people to do things. So, like I said, and a growing business is very important to me because I've been there. I've been there with 0 clients. Who would I want to be categorized with? I definitely. So my ultimate goal, like I said, is to be somebody. So, and like I said, I'm still growing. I'm still like learning everything that comes with a business. So I want to be, I want to have my own salon or like have my own spa or something. So that's the ultimate goal for me. So I want to network with people who have that going on. I want to network with people who are above me. Like some people feel like, oh, I don't want to talk to people who. Some people are just envious and jealous, so, and that's not me. Cause I can't learn from somebody who below me.
Okay,
how can I do that? They don't know what I know. So speaking with people who are above me, learning from people, learning from other estheticians. I mean, even a girl who waxed me, like I like looking at her content and looking at the things that she do because it's something that you will want to do too. Yeah. You know, you want to network with different people. I think it was last year I was supposed to do this big old brunch for all business owners, but I kind of got discouraged about it, so I didn't do it. But it's a goal for me that I want to do a business brunch for all entrepreneurs to kind of just like a networking event to meet different people. I feel like Charlotte could have the biggest platform for entrepreneurs, but we have a lot of hate. We have a lot of hate, and it's a lot of competition.
Charlotte could definitely be a big platform, and I've been saying that for a while. Like I've been wanting to even bring that energy like to the city, you know.
For sure.
And that's what I've been trying to do, like through On Assignments for Alignment. So I love that you brought that up. Love that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I feel like when you surround yourself with bosses, you make yourself feel like a boss. So that's just the ultimate goal. Like if that person has a bigger platform than you, know more than you, that's who you need to associate yourself with.
Yeah.
You gotta sit at the table with somebody who's gonna bring something to the table, not somebody who or somebody who already got something to the table that you don't have.
Just sitting with other women for sure will bring you to, you know, just a new height and state.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've heard another thing from Nipsey Hussle. He talked about like networking across, like networking with the people that you know see eye to eye with, and I think that works as well because just like you said, like you start the see more people showing up on the podcast or like
right.
even coming to your Lash business.
Right.
And other people gonna be like, okay, cool. Like
right.
this is a platform that I want to go on and
right.
Talk, or somewhere I want to go to just get that Kendra experience that you
right.
can't get anywhere else.
Right.
And I think that's absolutely beautiful. But when I tell you, like, we here on the whole, like, bringing Charlotte together, and especially women, because I feel like we have so much to offer each other.
Yes.
Yes. Men, they're gonna do what they want to do.
They're gonna do what they want to do.
I ain't stunting them,
I think men know that women, they leading right now.
Yeah, they know that. They do know. They do know.
They leading for sure.
Yeah.
And it intimidates men for sure, but I feel like, they know. And they gonna still do what they need to do, but I feel like us women, we on 10.
We is on 10, and I mean, I feel like we taking over, really.
Yeah, we are. Like, it's not like the 60s where, the man, he take care of home and woman stay at home and take care of the kids and stuff. We want our own money.
Exactly.
We want to hustle ourselves, so.
We want to be the sugar daddies for
ourselves. Right. Like, you gotta have your own. You gotta have your own. So. Yeah,
1000%, I agree. But yeah, I, for me personally, I see myself sitting with other women who just get it, have compassion for other women,
right?
Understanding.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. But this definitely, like, that was part of the reason why I wanted you to come on, because I feel like, especially even with myself, because I grew up, my mother instilled in me, because she had a child young. She was 25, but 25 is still young, And she always told me, like, kids mess up your life, they mess up your life. And I just feel like that tainted my brain for so long. And I carried it with me. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. And it does. It actually put a lot of fear on me. And, like, I want to get it to a space where I want to have children. You know? And I honestly, I can't wait to bring children into the world.
Right.
But that's part of the reason why I wanted to bring you on, like, Jesus, even for my own healing, just to be able to see a mom really hustle her ass off and go after everything for her children and for herself. Like, you can have it all if you set out to,
right. And define what you said, like, your mom had you young. So my mom is the total opposite. Like, my mom had me really, really late. Like, she had me at 39.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, it wasn't in the plan. It wasn't nothing for, her to have a child that late and stuff, and by me being the only child. So with the roles reversed of me having a child young, it's like we like teaching each other. So it's a learning experience. Everything is learning experience. I feel like in life you have to learn. You gotta grow.
I agree.
And I think that's where I'm at now. It's just trying to grow and venture out and do different things and, take care of you. Even if you have kids, you still gotta take care of you.
Because honestly, like, I remember seeing it on Red Table Talk. Jada Pinkett was just talking about how, like, if you're not full, like, you can't possibly give your best to your children.
No.
Like, you gotta make sure that you keeping up on your own maintenance for yourself, for your own soul.
Right.
Right. So your kids' soul can be fed. And
right.
Like, I 1000% admire that, because that's one of the things that scares me about motherhood, because I've just grown accustomed to just being this person that's always been on her own. And I come and go when I want to. I do, So it's like,
and I think that's another thing, and I often wonder, like, what would life be if I didn't have kids? Because it's a totally different life.
Yeah,
you don't know where you would be. So, like, I went from being this carefree teenager out of high school to literally have to be a woman and a mother.
Yeah.
So it wasn't no in between, literally. It wasn't no time to be like, okay, I can go out here and do whatever I want to do as I please.
Yeah.
Like, no, because I literally went from, having a little bit of freedom, going on your own, hanging with your friends, but it was nothing like how it would be if I was in my 20s with no kids.
Yeah.
And I tell people, don't rush to have kids.
Yeah.
You got to do it right. And you got to know, because that's a lifetime commitment.
Yeah,
it's no, my child turned 18, they on their own. Now,
I'm seeing it now.
Parents like that.
I'm seeing it now.
Like that. But I feel like I would never do that to my child because my mom didn't do that to me. And like to this day, like she still, you know, do stuff for me.
Yeah, me too.
And so it's no cutoff.
I agree.
It's no cutoff, and I don't commend that. I feel like because that's what pushes these young adults in their 20s to losing. Yeah. Because they don't know, because
they don't feel that love.
You can't go from in the high school don't teach you this. High school don't teach you the college life. They think they teach you that. And like I didn't go to a university, but just hearing different things, like they don't teach you money management. Yeah. They don't teach you how to live out here, survive really, and they don't teach you if you're a young mom how to make it. Yeah. So you gotta learn. Yeah. You gotta learn, and like I said, sometimes nobody can teach you that, but I'm not gonna leave my children high and dry and be like, oh, you 18, figure it out. Yeah. No, if you're gonna be, it's gonna be a cutoff point, but if you still need help, that's what I'm here for, because I brought you into this world, and I didn't bring you into this world to cut you off after 18 years. Yeah, so
that's dope.
It's very important, and I tell people, you know, don't rush it, because it's a commitment. It's a huge commitment. And some people have children young. Some people have children when, you know, in their late 20s and early 30s. And either way is fine. Either way is fine, because at the end of the day, that child still has to be raised. It can't raise itself. So it's important to know the right time. Yeah. And me personally, I wasn't given the right time. It was literally, this is the time. Yeah, like God had different plans, and you know, I take it, and I can't change the past. And I told myself, and
you're doing a good job. You're doing an amazing job. Like you dropped so many gems today, and like I'm just grateful that you took your time out, you know, to come on the show and stuff, regardless of our technical difficulties. Y'all, it's been ghetto back here, but I thank you so much for coming on here. Like I feel like a part of me really got a lot out of this, because I don't know, I've always had fears surrounding being a mom, and I know that's like that's one of my biggest dreams, is to be a mom, you know, and I love seeing other moms. I love seeing it, but I still have my fears around it. So thank you so much for even coming on and like healing a piece of me inside. So
you're very welcome.
Thank you so much. This was such a great episode, and I hope that we can link in the future and like even do an event together, honestly, because we have like definitely good, like similar ideas and stuff. So we got to get up. You know, we're gonna be in contact. So it don't even matter, girl.
You know it.
So give yourself a shout out one more time.
So I'm Kendra. I'm a licensed esthetician in Charlotte. Y'all can see me. She'll put like the Instagram name and everything on there. But the biggest thing is that I would tell everybody is keep going. Keep going, because life is not stopping. And if you stop, literally, I mean, that's how people fail, honestly. Yeah. They because they don't know. And, you know, encourage others, be there for others. Don't try to, you know, bash people and talk about other people, because listen, life will do a 360 and turn on you. Karma. And you will not even realize, and you will forget what you told that person and what you did for that person. So definitely be encouraged. You know, have faith in you, especially if you're a business owner. Have faith in your business. If you're a mom, you know, take time for yourself, but also know that what you do out here is for those children. It's nobody else's responsibility to take care of your child but you, because you're the parent that brought that child into this world. So definitely keep going. I tell people to keep pushing.
Keep on pushing.
Life is life.
Okay, life is life, and it's not. Somebody told me, like, I feel like I'm just realizing, not to extend this or nothing, but I'm just now realizing how much, like, life is always going to be going on. Yeah. And so it's like you can't make it stop.
And that's the thing with that whole pandemic stuff. Like, it don't stop.
It don't stop.
It
keep going.
Like, we can shut down the whole entire world, but the bills are still due. What you got to do in life is still coming at you full force. So it don't stop. No matter how much you try to stop it. I tell people, I say that pandemic was.
It shows you, like, okay, this what got to be done.
Life don't stop. Yeah. And people should. I really hope that people realize that. Then, like, You don't stop.
Yeah, it's very true. And listen, I love hearing when people say don't stop, because it seems like the message is always the same. Like, if you have a belief in something and you make it grow, it's all you need is one leap for everything to just change, for it to change your entire life, you know. So it's like, it's worth it. It's
definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it, because you get one life. After that, it's a wrap. So I don't know, like, what people think. Like, it's not gonna come back. Like, today is today.
Yeah, we ain't cats.
Yesterday was yesterday, and tomorrow will be tomorrow. So right now, you got to focus on this very second, because anything after that, it's the past now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so I just want to give one last thank you to Kendra. She's been so gracious today. Y'all, my camera has been messing up. All my technology just been out of whack, and she been gracious through this entire process.
I really enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it.
Yes, me too. I agree, and I'm grateful with how everything came out. So, and I think it's gonna be a beautiful message, and we got a lot to offer the world with this. And you just never know. Be on the lookout for a Kendra and Naima collab in the future, because we on the same type of time, and I love it, and I'm so grateful. So, thank you so much,
You're
y'all.
very welcome.
And one last, a major big thank you to Kendra for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Absolutely, of course. And thank y'all so much for tuning in and into another episode of On Assignment for Alignment. I will catch y'all on the next episode. Y'all already know my socials, On Assignment for Alignment for everything. And thank y'all so much. TTYL.